This is INCRadio, DCEM 954, the voice of truth, the official radio station of the Church of Christ or Iglesia ni Cristo.
All right, and good evening, good afternoon, and good morning to everyone tuning in to INCRadio Silicon Valley. I'm Sister Kayla Vong, and I'm here with all of our lovely panel. So let's go ahead and introduce them before we start. So let's go ahead and start with you, Sister.
All right. Hello, everyone. I'm Sister Nikki from the locale of San Jose.
Sister Belle from also the locale of San Jose.
I'm Brother Miguel from the local congregation of Fremont.
I'm Brother Glean from the local congregation of Salinas.
Awesome. And thank you, everyone, for being here. We are actually, where are we, guys?
Salinas! Welcome!
Brother Mike, let's put the audience on. So we are actually here with our lovely audience, which is our brethren. Hello, brethren. So we're just so happy to be able to be here in the local congregation of Salinas, and also to showcase all of our lovely brethren, because we are not here alone, right?
Yes.
So I know that we've had a lovely time together. And then I know Brother Miguel wanted to, did you want to give your shout outs early before we start?
Yeah, so I just wanted to give a shout out to, of course, the local congregation of Salinas for being so hospitable, especially for the sister that made these beautiful matcha cookies. Oh my gosh, yeah.
That's mine.
What was her name again? Sister Naya. And then also the sister who made this beautiful coffee, Sister
Jennifer.
And Brother Mikey. Thank you so much for being super hospitable when welcoming us, and we just want to have INCRadio and Salinas all the time now. Can we? But today for our topic, we're going to be talking about Kadiwa connections. So all of us here in this panel are all Kadiwa, and I feel like this past year, the beginning of this year, there has been so many different activities, and of course, so many different events that's going on. And especially, we just have one of our biggest events for the Kadiwa, our Kadiwa Formal. And I wanted to ask you all, what is your guys' ways of how you connect with different Kadiwas throughout, whether it just be activities, even different local activities, or even just seeing Kadiwas in general? I wanted to pass it on to you, Brother Glean. What are some ways to connect with brethren, and how you connect with them on a personal level?
Definitely like what you said, Brother Miguel. Attending activities, whether local or district, is a great way to bond. And actually thinking about it, I met all of you through district activities.
Yeah.
I met Brother Miguel through the choir special gathering.
Choir
He has a beautiful voice, by
we
the way.
sat together during
During the choir gathering. Sister Nikki, I met you at the bubble tea social and setting up for that. That was a great time. All the district Kadiwa are so nice and friendly. And I actually met Sister Belle in the same exact room after after Bible study.
Here, by the way.
And I think obviously going out of your way to attend activities is a great opportunity to meet all of these really cool people.
That's cool. Yeah, that's really great. So like learning how to being able to just attend different activities, putting yourself out there really helps you build a lot of friendships, and even we're going to transition to even networking. So Sister Nikki, and then if anyone wants to chime in, I wanted to pose this question to you. What are some ways in why we would network as Kadiwa? I know that a lot of Kadiwas right now, post-college, are looking for jobs or different career advice. I was wondering if you have any takes on that when it comes to networking as a Kadiwa.
Oh man, honestly, networking as a Kadiwa, I think it's very important. You know, I would say for the Kadiwas, definitely use it to your advantage. There's a lot of brethren that are very willing to help. Actually, my current job is a sister recommended it to me. So it's definitely a blessing to be able to have such a wide variety of Kadiwas that we can connect with. And especially since Kadiwas, we're all different ages. A lot of us have different advice that we can give one another. So it's great to, ask the younger Kadiwas or the more seasoned Kadiwas. Everyone has such different advice, and especially when it comes to networking, I think all of us here have had our fair share of networking with other Kadiwas, but it's very beneficial, and I highly recommend it. Highly recommend it.
For sure, yes, 100%. Networking with our Kadiwa not only helps us build friendships, like, but also help us build even professional relationships for those that are looking to get into different careers, such as healthcare, tech, corporate, anything. There's always going to be Kadiwas that have some sort of opportunities that they can be able to give out. So when it comes to, we talk about how to network and how to build friends. But what is like your guys' take on how to break the ice? I know that when we talk to different people, I know some are a little bit more shy than others. But for us, how did we break the ice when it comes to meeting new people, especially someone that we never met them before? You have a, you have any?
Oh.
I think you're pretty good at that, Belle.
I'm a little sus about it, but that's totally fine. I would say for me, of course, you all know I'm a very talkative person.
Yeah.
Yes.
I also don't like awkward silence a little bit.
Mhm.
I personally feel like awkward silence it gets way more even more awkward.
Yeah.
So what I would do to like even like start off the conversation
Mhm.
is basically just asking them yes or no questions. That I feel like that's a
Mhm.
way to break the ice, and it gets them to talk about themselves even more. And even if a person does that for me, it's of course I'm gonna be so talkative, and I might be rambling on and on and on to the point where we'll finally find a connection towards each other. We
I
might
see.
find common interests. We might even like learn something new about each other that we didn't even know at
Mhm.
all. So I think that's a great way to like build connections with one another.
That's great. That's great. And we would like to kind of digress, and now we're gonna kind of go read off the live chat. We want to say, if you want us to read
I
it
think
off,
these are some of the older comments.
The
so
older
we'll just
comments,
go ahead
yes.
and look at some newer ones. Anyways, so we have from Brother Ernesto Fernandez. He says hashtag silliness, hashtag SPC. We also have Kajin Aramin. She says hashtag Selena. She says Kadiwa networking will also help find your special someone.
Oh, that is
So
super.
many,
Another
right?
way.
We also have Ata Michelle says, love that close up of my sisters. So pretty. Sister Nikki and Sister Belle.
Oh,
We also have Sister Sophia. She says, shout out to the tech crew. And we also have Sister Yanessa. She says, happy viewing from Mountain View. And then the last one I'll read, we also have Kamani Palad. He says, happy watching to all brethren from Monterey. Hashtag SVC.
yay.
Awesome. So thank you so much, brethren, for always leaving your comments. So continue to leave your comments and we will read them later on in our broadcast. But before we get back to our discussion all about Kadiwa connections, I did want to remind everyone in this room and also everyone online, that we do have prizes that we would like to give out. So if we have a brave volunteer later, we will be asking a question if you would like to win a prize.
Oh, that
It
sounds
is
like
not
fun.
cookie. It is
That's
actually
That's
a
our
Yeah,
prize.
that's our prize. This prize actually is coming from our INC Media headquarters from
Ooh.
ICMS. They actually gave us some planners and some stickers to give out. So, brethren, just make sure that you are always commenting and always participating in our discussion. So let's go ahead and continue. But right now, I know all about making connections, just like you said, and networking. So I know that some of us are also officers. So I guess my question for all of you guys is, how has your duties helped you in speaking to other brethren, or even getting the courage to talk to someone that doesn't have a duty or anything like that?
That's a really good question. Yeah.
So how about we start with our Kadiwa president?
Oh yeah.
Our two Kadiwa presidents. How about we start with Brother Miguel?
Okay. That's a really good question. I think one of the things that really got me going and really get me extroverted in a sense, and really putting myself out there, was being active in the Kadiwa. I know that this locale is not in our district, but shout out to Daly City. Daly City is one of the locales that really got me going and really getting myself active in the CFO activities. And when you become a CFO officer and just any officer that requires where you have to talk to multiple brethren, you meet a lot of different people. You meet brethren that are still in school, that are working, all walks of life, and being able to, you know, find the understanding that the one singular thing that we all have in common is that we're officers really helps. And I was able to really connect with a lot of the officers, especially during our Kadiwa formal. I met a lot of people that were so willing to help out, and just helping out in these different activities really inspired me to just put myself out there and then really help lead the brethren that is under my care. How is it for you, Sister Nikki, with local congregation of San Jose?
Can I say same? No. Honestly, I was actually pretty shy before, but I think taking up an office, specifically in the Kadiwa, has
Mhm.
allowed me to become more, extroverted in that sense. And I think one of my favorite verses is "Let everything you do be done in love." So I think I'm still learning, especially being Kadiwa president. I'm still learning, but
Mhm.
I think leading with love is one of the most important things that I learned, especially leading with empathy. You want to be able to inspire officers, but also have them, in a sense, relate to you, and you also want to be there for them.
Mhm.
So I think as long as you let everything you do be done in love, those connections will follow. And I think it's really a blessing. I'm pretty sure you can relate
For
to it,
sure, for
Miguel.
sure. No, 100%. And Brother Glean, do you have any takes on that?
Ever since coming into, I guess, my duties, it has definitely helped me break out of my shell more.
Mhm.
Obviously, facing the brethren, either maybe praying for them or praying for, I'm a CDS chairperson, so like praying for a worship service, going in front of like a group of people and praying for them, like leading meetings. I'm sure you guys are presidents,
Yeah.
you know how that whole thing is. Coming out of your shell and definitely building that connection definitely be one of the things I would say.
For sure, for sure. 100%. I think being able to perform your duties as whatever office that you are, you're always going to make this connection. You're always going to make connection with whether it be with another officer or whether it be with brethren. And that's what makes it so meaningful to become as officer. That's really a byproduct, not just performing your duties, but also making connections with the brethren that you're going to be with when performing your duties.
Because you always see them.
You always see them. You're always going to be working with them or doing activities with them. One of the things I felt like we got closer, me and you, Brother Glee, is INCRadio. So
Yes.
I think 100%. For those that are watching, that if you're on the brink of whether you should either take up an office or not, I really think about it. It's not just only performing your duties, but you also learn and really build connections with the people around you, whether which office you're going to be performing.
And you learn a lot more about yourself
You
as
learn a
well.
lot more about yourself, 100%.
And I just wanted to circle back. So I know that we said, I know Sister Bell was saying that you're very extroverted, right? So
Mhm.
it's very easy for you to talk to one another. And I know that we kind of wanted to share some tips on how to break the ice. But what I wanted to kind of circle back on is that I know a lot of us as Kadiwas do kind of feel a little bit reserved. We kind of do feel a little bit like we're unsure, how to even start the conversation. So, how about you, Sister Nikki, or either Brother Miguel or Brother Glenn?
Sister Nikki's very good at
That's
this.
what I was gonna say. Really good. So, what are some tips, I guess, for some of the brethren that are thinking about, trying to talk to someone, trying to network? I guess what are some of the best places to meet other people or to meet other Kadiwa brethren that maybe, like we said, maybe in the same field that they're looking in, or even just trying to foster that friendship?
I think, especially in local or district activities, that's one of the greatest places to be able to network and meet the Kadiwa. But I think in terms of was it tips?
Yes.
I think it's to just be genuine with your intentions. A lot of brethren, specifically Kadiwa, they value sincerity. So as long as your intentions with getting to know them, and an added tip is compliments. You know,
Mhm.
if you mean the compliments that you say, for example, Sister Belle, she has a very bubbly personality. So in conversations and whatnot, but if you are genuine with your intentions and with how you approach the brethren, they will reciprocate and they would want to get to know.
Yeah. And then my question for you, Brother Glean, is
Mhm.
I know that this is off the thing, so the answer is not going to be on your card right there.
Okay.
But for you, I know that just personal stuff is that when making some of friends that we have here in Salinas, what was one of the main things that kind of helped you grow closer to some people? That's what I wanted to hear from you.
I don't want to sound like a broken record. uh, activities, performing together is probably, I would say, the highlight of my CUDS and Binhi. I don't know if they're here, but one of my best friends came back in town, and I just like it crosses like my mind sometimes, like being together with all of the Binhi boys, going to the activities in that tight little van. In one of the brothers who would always take us to the activities, he would pack all 6 or 7 of us in the van, and is just probably one of like my most fondest memories. I don't know if they're watching, but wherever they are, I hope they're all well, and I hope they're all close to God.
Oh, that's good. That's
I think it's also finding the similar instincts, right?
Oh yes.
Just like Sister Nikki said that kind of to break the ice, a good way is to start off with a compliment. Right?
Yes.
So I think one of the best things of like the is finding a friend that also likes the same thing
Mhm.
as you. So that's why I picked on you, is because I know you and Kuya Mike are very
Oh.
close, have very similar interests. So I mean, you were never friends before until we kind of shared that. So I think that's something very worthwhile. And then I think that also translates to how we do perform and how we do attend to many activities, just like we've been saying countless times, is when we have these CFO activities that we have such a wide range of them.
Mhm.
So I know that we have some like that we wanted to showcase later, but some upcoming, just like we said, the Kadiwa formal was really nice. That it was brethren from all across the district and even those in other districts as well. But it's when we come together with activities like that it really truly brings us all together and connects us all as Kadiwas. That it doesn't matter what level we are in our age, that maybe we may be young, maybe a little bit older, but us being Kadiwa just really, that's what I think solidifies us. Right?
Yes, 100%, 100%.
All right. So I think we're okay with the, unless you guys want to talk more about that.
Yeah, I think.
I was gonna say I'm sure our comment section is
Yes,
crazy.
let's go read off the comment section.
There we go.
Happy viewing from the local congregation of Fremont.
Yay!
It's from my dad. Hi dad. And then one from Sister Rajali. Yeah. Oh yes. Being intentional and being sincere. Yes. Okay. And then Sister Michelle, it's always nice to say something warm and friendly. You never know what kind of day they're having. You could be the best part of their day. Oh, that's super sweet. Oh, it's Brother Gus. Hey, brother. Hey, Brother Gus. Shout out to the best INCRadio team for putting on a great show every week. Can I give a giveaway now, Paul? Yes, you can. maybe. Yes. And then I want to finish off Sister Rajali's comment. Giving sincere compliments is great words of affirmation. Yes. So I think 100% being able to give compliments and being able to just showcase sincerity, like what you said, Sister Nikki, is really important because you don't want people can tell if there is an agenda that's happening. So being sincere, being able to show that you actually do care, you really do want to make this network, this new friend, really makes going to those activities and really puts you outside of your shell. And yeah, and just like look, I just want to know from everyone, what's the one line that you like to say when meeting a new person, whether it be a new friend or someone in the new locale that just transferred in? What do you normally say to them? Let's start off with you.
I'm really big on self-expression, so I kind of pay attention to a lot of like what their, I guess like their outfits. So if I really like their outfit, like, oh, I really like your color combination. I like the proportions of your outfit. I will say it and I will mean it.
For sure,
Yeah.
for sure, for sure. What I would say, let's say if I'm in a district activity or somewhere where I don't really know the brother or sister, I'll say, "Oh, what locale are you from?" Oh, that's true.
classic.
That's the classic local. What local are you from? And if you say you're from Milpitas, oh, that's my neighbor. Or if you're from San Jose, oh, I go to school there. Just something simple that you can relate to, whatever locale they're from. But yeah, what would you say, sister?
For
Belle?
me, I mean, of course, I have to talk to them and to have something in common with. So definitely school.
Mhm.
I would just be like, "Oh, what school do you go to?" And then I'd be like, "What are you learning right now?" Honestly, like I can't be the only one struggling with school.
Yeah.
Doing assignments every day. So
Yeah.
anything I have in common with them, I think it just sparks up a lot of
For
conversation
sure,
with
for
them.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah, finding something that you relate to with them and asking them questions. And also, if it's okay with them, I actually ask, "Oh, can I get your contact information?" That way I could follow up. So the conversation doesn't end there. So I
100%. What would you say, Sister Kayla?
Um, I mean, you guys all kind of said it. Like the very yes, just every copy paste everything that you guys said.
Yes.
I think the main thing is when we talk to somebody new that just transferred into the local, it's really just focusing and making sure that they feel that the attention is on them.
Mhm.
That we're just like Sister Nikki said earlier, that being intentional, right? That they can feel it. That if you really truly want to welcome someone, it's giving them your full attention and making sure that they know that they're and
Mhm.
maybe it might be asking like the small things, of course, like, oh, where did you go to school, what school are you going to, are you working, asking them about their family if they would like to share. So it really is just trying to open the door to allow them to come in so that they can show their interest. And I know that you are an LOS officer, right, Sister Bell? So what are some of the things, I guess, how does that kind of also translate to your duty?
I would say, well, first, LOS was like I have a lot of duties, and LOS has kind of taught me to be very more talkative and also uh, not force myself, but come out of my shell more.
Mhm.
Because basically, I have to communicate and also participate in all the evangelical missions that are happening, the Bible studies, and also I'm meeting new people all the time, especially like whenever we introduce them to the church. We always have to be the ones to socialize and be out there and also uh get them to understand why we're so passionate here in the church. So I think as my duty, I think that kind of also helped me boost my confidence even more. Also help the church as well and enjoy myself in doing it while we're in my duty. So,
For
yeah.
sure, for sure. 100%. And just wanted to, ask also the comments as well. What is your one way or one line that you would like to say when you're introducing yourself to someone new you want to become friends with or you want to get to know? What is one, if you want to drop in the chat, what is one of those lines that you like to say
It
as an
just says
intro?
hi.
I mean, that's where you.
That's how you start. Yeah, that's how
I
you
know
start.
that there was a comment there that we had from Sister Sophia. She says taking an office in multimedia was what helped me make connections. It always gives me a role to play when it comes to activity, so no more awkwardness. And had to get over my shyness that she has.
Exactly.
So I mean, just like we've been saying all night,
Yes.
it's when we're performing in our duties that we're really truly able to come out of our shells, just like that,
Yes.
how you guys have all expressed. So this is one of I guess that's the one takeaway that we have to give everyone.
Yes, yes, 100%. And to really, close things off, I wanted to ask everyone just, just one last question. Um, what is your favorite, who was your connection that you made most impactful throughout this year? Who was the one person that you could think of, the start of this year that you met and was the most impactful to you? You
I
know,
was gonna say it's only March.
it's only March. Yeah.
Oh, a little more time, please.
I think the first connection I want to start off is Brother Marlon. He's from the local congregation at Mountain View. He's a funny guy. He's super talented when it comes to public speaking, and then he really helped out with the emceeing of our Kadiwa formal. And I was really like, wow, this guy's good, this guy's crazy, and then, just shout out to brother Marlon. I thought he did really well, and then hopefully we can hang out more and stuff. Yeah.
I hope this doesn't sound like a I hope this doesn't sound like a media trained answer, but like I said, it's a little early in the year. I honestly, everyone so far has just been so cool. Brother Miguel, Sister Nikki, to all the other Kadiwas or
He just looked at me.
Not Sister Bell.
Sister Bell, Sister Bell, Sister Nikki, Sister Kayla, all of the really cool people I met this year. Yeah, they were all impactful.
Yeah. For sure.
Very well said. Well said.
How about you, Sister Bell?
Okay, this is gonna sound surprising, but honestly, Glenn.
Oh.
Glenn. Because okay,
You're from this locale?
Yeah, no, actually that's what it is. Because I used to live in the locale of Salinas. And so, I now live in San Jose, and the fact that we're having the INCRadio here in Salinas, it just brought me back to my roots a little bit. It's like this was the first locale that brought me out of my shell. It made me, everyone and all the brethren here just made me so comfortable. And seeing Glenn at the activities just reminded me like, wow, Salinas is still there. They still have the love. They still have, that unity together, and just seeing him and having that connection with Glenn, especially like when we saw each other at the Kadiwa formal, it's just like, oh wow, I remember all the memories I've had here, living here, connecting with everyone. And it was just really like heartwarming in a way. Glenn, you're looking at me. And it's just like, no, honestly, it's true, because just seeing you guys, it just made me like really miss you guys. And also just remember like where I'm at, wherever I am, you guys are always going to be there. And also, especially when I'm having those conversations, I can always come to you and, have one of those like deep talks about literally everything. So
For sure.
If I can,
anyways.
I don't know how to top that. But I think, well, there's not one person, but I do want to give a special shout out to the San Jose Kadiwa officers. They have been such a great help, and they honestly inspire me, seeing how hard they work and just the sacrifices that they make for their duty. It's very inspiring to see, and just the level of faith that is there just makes us all want to do better together. So shout out to the San Jose Kadiwa officers.
For sure. And then last but not least, Sister Kayla.
Oh, I was gonna skip myself. But for me, I think it's being in multimedia, I just see so many different faces. I'm able to talk to so many people. I'm also able to, I guess brethren don't want to talk to me too. So sometimes I get left alone because they think I'm gonna interview them. But for the most part, I think definitely being in the local, just like Sister Bell said, that this is my second or third year being here in Salinas. And it has made a really big impact on me that, being in the same local as my mom, finally.
A shout out to Kayla's mom.
So being in, under her wing and everything has really taught me to have patience and everything. So it's just been a really good journey. And I know that meeting all of you guys as well has also been a very big blessing. So as we wrap this up, I know that that's 30 minutes flew by so quickly. Let's go ahead and say our shout outs before we go to the portion of our activities. So we'll start with Sister Nikki.
Shout out to the local of Selena.
Local Solita.
Local of San Jose, my parents, and also brother Arlie.
Who's that?
Made some connections.
That's a connection there. Yeah.
I want to give out a shout out, of course, to the local congregation of Salinas again. I really appreciate everyone here. No one's changed, and I hope it never will change because I just love everything. Thank you. And then, of course, I want to give a shout out to Brother Miguel and Sister Nikki for giving me a ride here. Honestly, like coming here has Sister Nikki's in the same locale as me, and the fact that she's here in my old locale, it's like, oh, it's so nice to bring my friends here and be like, this is where I used to be. This is where I had. These are the memories I made here. So
Yeah.
it was really nice coming back here with
For
you guys.
sure,
So
yeah.
shout out.
Um, I just want to give a shout out to the local congregation of Fremont, my home locale, but of course, a shout out to Selena as well. Oh my goodness. I think I drank this coffee 5 times during the show. It's so good. Yeah, so I really had a really great time in Salinas. This is really impactful, especially having INC Radio here. And really shout out to Salinas, yes. And then Brother Glenn, what do you have to say?
First off,
Yes. Let him.
first off, definitely shout out my mom, my dad.
Oh,
Shout out my
They're
mom and my
crying.
dad. Any
They're crying.
shout out my mom and my dad, any of my family watching. And I actually wanted to also take this chance to shout out Sister Belle. Thank you for that very touching monologue. I didn't want to tear up on INC Radio, but I'm actually like deeply touched.
Can I get
And-
that in writing?
I'm sure I speak for all of the guys and all the binhies we grew up with, and you and your family being in Salinas was definitely one of our highlights, like growing up. And just know we miss you. If they're watching Karas, Brother
He's
Zach,
not-
Sister Jen,
I'm gonna cry.
we be terrified of INC Radio Bell.
We're actually, this isn't about the topic. We're just making Glia say this.
we should have a Salinas local highlight.
Highlight.
Shout out the love. Shout out, obviously, Salinas. Shout out Salinas. And, oh, shout out Brother Lorenzo. Shout out Brother Lorenzo. And yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
Awesome. So,
Awesome.
all right.
Shout out Salinas again.
Again.
All right. So I know that we wanted to keep going, but we unfortunately have to end. There is another show right after us.
Yes.
So it's
Oh.
INC Radio Alaska. So sorry, Paul, we're a little bit OT. But ways to tune in and keep up with church media, we have our YouTube at INC Radio DZM 954, as well as our social media, English INCRadio news and updates on Facebook and Instagram. We'd also like to give a very big thank you to our executive minister, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo, and as well as our SEPSI CEO and CFO coordinator, Brother Angelo Manalo. We'd also like to give a very big thank you to our district staff, District Minister Kanoel Gasman, as well as our Assistant District Minister, Alex Onyato. We also would like to say thank you to our CFO Overseer, Mark Anthony Manuel, and as well as our Multimedia Advisor, Francis Valencia. For INC Radio, we'd like to say a very big thank you to our Kuya Tech there in the Philippines, always helping us throughout our broadcast, as well as Kamanli Andaya and Brother Wally Taray, our station. So thank you everyone for tuning in to INC Radio Silicon Valley, California. We hope that you will join us every Friday at 10 p.m. And we will see you next time in Salinas.
Woo!